Hi, my name is Greg Tyler from Graco. I'm here to run through the 5 areas that we would inspect if our pump is having trouble priming. The first one of those is going to be the inlet strainer. If the inlet strainer is blocked, that's going to greatly reduce the capacity of the unit to prime. The number one thing in priming pumps is that it's air pressure alone which drives the paint into the pump. The pump doesn't draw the paint in. It's actually the air pressure that pushes the paint into an area of lower pressure. So if our strainer is blocked by 50%, we've lost half of our capacity to load that pump. The second area is air leaks on the suction hose. So as I said before, because it's air pressure that is pushing the paint into the pump, if there's air leaks in the suction hose, or the O-rings down here or the fittings here aren't tightened correctly, what happens is air finds its way into the pump, which means that that energy is not being used to load the pump. Again, lead to cavitation. The third area is going to be the inlet ball. The inlet ball and seat need to act together to seal, to stop the paint from running back out of the suction tube when the pump piston goes downwards. So on our sample, you can disassemble the lower and show the cage, seat and ball. So if that ball and seat is obstructed by foreign matter, muck or junk, or even worn to the point where the seal no longer works, then what happens is when the pump turns over and the piston drives downward, instead of the ball seating and stopping the paint from coming back out of the suction hose, the paint will bypass and return to where it came from. Take the easy way out. And usually when that's occurring, we'll see that the pump will run faster in the downstroke and slower in the upstroke. We call that pump diving. So that's the third area we check for priming troubleshooting. The fourth area for priming troubleshooting, could be the pump itself. Usually the means at which we would determine a pump would need service would be that we'd load the pump up, install it under load. It should hold pressure. If it doesn't hold pressure, most likely the packings need to be replaced. However though, if they're very worn, you'll still have issues in priming a pump. So in cases where maybe there's been an extended runaway period and the packings have been burnt or damaged or melted, then you may still see that as a factor in the priming. The fifth area, and very rare occasion, would be the prime valve. So the prime valve is the valve which switches the sprayer from the prime to spray. So in some cases you can get blockages in the prime valve. I won't do it now, but essentially if you've tried everything else and you really feel that this is the last area you want to look at, the way that you would inspect the prime valve would be you get a 2mm punch, probably knock out the pin, take the cover and the guide off, then remove the prime valve with a spanner and inspect it. And when you pull it out, you'll see the cylindrical prime valve. It's a 2-position switch with a series of holes in there. It'd be worth giving that a bit of a clean out. So we can show that in a separate video. But that's, in a short presentation, are the 5 areas that we would look at if we're trying to troubleshoot priming of a spray. Thank you.